Most of us already know what we should be doing. Eat healthier, sleep earlier, stop scrolling on TikTok until 3 a.m. But knowing doesn't change anything. What really changes your life are habits. The tiny actions you repeat every single day. They can either build you up or they can break you down. And here's the thing, habits are like autopilot. Once they're programmed, you don't even think about them anymore. The only question is, which autopilot are you running on? Take the gym, for example. Sure, going once makes you feel good, but the real magic happens when it becomes a habit. Yes, there will be days where you don't want to go, especially if you're going to the gym on a bike in the pouring rain. But those are the most important days, because showing up when it's hardest, that's where the habit grows. Because if you can show up when it's hardest, showing up when it's easy just feels normal. Building a habit feels overwhelming, but there's a way to narrow it down. It's called the just starting method. Let's say you want to start a business or simply just want to get some homework done. The human brain loves to exaggerate how hard things are. That is why we procrastinate. We picture this giant impossible task inside, I'll do it tomorrow. But if you lower the barrier, say you just commit to 10 minutes, it suddenly feels a lot easier because 10 minutes is nothing, right? But you'll notice once you actually start, you usually don't want to stop because the hardest step was just starting. Once you understand this, congratulations, you've planted the seed of a new habit. Of course, habits go both ways. They can also sabotage your life. You wake up at 11, stay in bed until 12, scroll through your phone until your thumb cramps up. Do that enough times and you've built yourself a terrible habit. And the scary part, your brain doesn't even care if a habit is good or bad. They'll stick either way. But like I said, habits go both ways. So just because you have a bad habit, it doesn't mean you can't turn it into a good one and change your life around. Let's say you stay in your bed every day. The first tiny step you could take is getting out of bed when your alarm goes off and immediately make up the bed. Because making up your bed might seem like a useless step, but it's the first task of the day. If you can't even do that right, let alone the rest of the tasks on the day. Once you get used to getting out of bed straight away, try and set that alarm a little bit earlier. For instance, at 10 instead of 11, and then turn and wake up at 9, and then maybe at 8 a.m. Now, you saved yourself a valuable 3 hours. You can fill these 3 hours with good habits, such as going to the gym. Do this, and congratulations, you've turned a bad habit into a good one. So, what happens when you've built yourself a few good habits? Well, suddenly, you've built yourself a routine, a system that keeps you healthy, focused, and moving forward, even on the days when your motivation disappears. And here's the truth, motivation will always disappear. That's why habits matter the most.